أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الله الكبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الكبير. So again, we are grateful to God for giving us this opportunity, and this is by His infinite grace and mercy that we have this occasion, and it's not should be taken for granted, and we should be eternally grateful to Him for keeping us today here and giving us this opportunity so we can redeem ourselves and get closer to Him and follow His path. And so it is a huge honor for us today. So we should remember that and make sure that we are grateful enough for God for this occasion that we have today. Gratefulness and appreciativeness is a God-like quality, and we should follow His path, and we should be grateful to Him for everything that He's given us. These are the occasions that we have that we worship Him alone and think about Him a lot, and that should be our goal, and it should be our endeavor, and so and we should persevere in this manner, and we should make sure that we work hard to get closer to Him and ask Him to give us the strength to do that, and by doing this, we can become a better human being and a more useful human being, a human being who's obeying God's commandments and following His instructions, and so we should be working at this very hard and make sure that we understand it. So today, what I wanted to talk to you is. You've heard about multitasking. A lot of people do multitasking. They do a lot of things at the same time. They think that the efficiency of doing things increases that way. And modern studies shows that is not true. That our brain cannot function in that manner. So thinking about different things, it's going to slow us down. We are going to make more mistakes. We are not as efficient as we think we are going to be. And so all of these things started with this so-called parallel processing. And in the 90s and early 2000, everybody was talking about computers that can do parallel processing. And so they can do 2 tasks at the same time or 3 tasks at the same time. But our brain is not like that. Our brain is not designed to do that. Our brain is designed to focus on one topic, and if we do that, then we are actually becoming a more efficient person. We become somebody who's less stressed and somebody who's productive. The efficiency of his task or her task is going to increase, and so this is the way that we are actually designed by God. Okay, so God goes one step beyond that in the Quran, and we have talked about this. Okay, and that is the idea of that. Let's put that focus only on God alone. Okay, so you may think that, well, I'm doing this thing, and how can I think at the same time about God? So that in that multitasking or something? No. Okay. Because when you have God on your mind, that is your focus. The rest of the stuff somehow falls into place. Okay? And I don't know how. Everybody's different. And God knows that. Okay? So whatever task that you have, okay, we have a lot of stuff in common. Okay? We're worried about things. Some of our worries are the same. We worry about our kids. We worry about our parents. We worry about our relatives. We worry about everything. Okay? Those are in common. But there are certain things that you think about during the day. Okay? And that's only unique to you. It's only important to you. What I'm doing is important to me because I have certain tasks that I have to fulfill. That does not translate or extrapolate to somebody else's worries. Okay? I'm not thinking about building a bridge, okay, because that is not my task. I'm thinking about something else. My goal is something else, and I have to get that done for my job or whatever it is. And so X and Y and Z, they have different tasks. A doctor has a different task. So he or she has to think about other things that I don't think about. And God knows that. Okay? So now if that person thinks about God all the time, that tasks become easier. Okay? Remember chapter 94? Chapter 20. Okay? Chapter 20, what Moses says to God, Yassirli Amri, ease my task. Okay. So he knew that 3,500 years ago, that only God can ease your task. These kind of things that we do is not going to ease our task, is going to actually add more burden on top of that. Okay? All of these things, these new things that, as I said, people are so enamored with, multitasking, this and that, the others. I'm smarter than you because I can do two to three tasks at the same time. No, you can't. Less efficient. You make more mistakes. You're not concentrating. You are not looking at the ramification of what you're doing. You are not looking at all the risk and the benefits. Okay? And these are now found by researchers, psychologists. They know this. They know this is not a good thing. This is a real bad thing. Okay? So as I said, now God takes one step beyond that, and he says, look, you think about me and you'll be fine. So that should be our focus of our task. That we only have God in our mind. And now what happens is that the task that you were doing with respect to your job or the needs that you have, and every individual has a different thing. Okay? God says you have various tasks. Okay? Those tasks become easier for you. Okay? Just the prayers of Moses 3,500 years ago. And ease my tasks. Okay? And remove the tie from my tongue so people can understand what I'm saying. Okay? So, this is who God is. But we fail to recognize that. We think that somehow if we take a different path, we are going to be more successful. You can't. Okay. God is the one who teaches us. He is the one who eases our task. He is the one who shows us the correct way, the right way, so we will not go on a tangent and waste our times. That's how you become successful. That's you can understand things. Then you feel better about things. You feel more hopeful. You feel more calm. You're not stressed all the time. You do not make mistakes that other people make. That person becomes a king or queen. Okay? And that's what God says. The believers become like that. The believers become an independent sovereign. Let's put it that way. because they rely on God. Their focus is on God. The stuff that we were thinking about that has priority, they're secondary actually. And those tasks will be easier for us to do. The challenges that we have during the days of our lives, whatever they may be, as I said, they're completely different. For everybody, it's completely different. As I said, God says you have various tasks. Otherwise, the world will not go around. Okay? If everybody was, I don't know, a carpenter or an ironsmith or something like that, obviously it would not go around, would it? No. They have to have different tasks. So according to what God is teaching you, because you're thinking about Him, those tasks will become easier. And now, as I said, if you go on our own ideas, a lot of people thought that, oh yeah, this guy can multitask. And that was some kind of badge of honor or something. Okay? So that guy seems to be a failure. The research shows that this guy is not a very good guy. Okay? He is stressed. He's compulsive. He's somebody who makes a lot of mistakes. Okay? He's not looking at the overall risk and benefit of what he's or she's doing. So this guy is a simple failure. Okay? He did not follow what God is saying. So that, as I said, that step that we go further a little bit for ourselves, for our benefits, don't worry about what the rest of people do. Doesn't matter. Okay? Those things are going to become your saving traits that you have. That you are going to become an independent person. You become somebody who's happy, somebody who's successful, somebody who knows what's going on in this world. Okay. Events of the day will not bother you anymore. So that kind of person is a person who is somebody who's close to God. And that should be our goal, as I said at the beginning. So we should get closer and closer to God. And the more we think about Him, the better off we are, the more enjoyable our lives are. And we enjoy our life. We're not going to be bored. You're somebody who's hopeful all the time. And as I said, God, every day He puts us in a new place. So this huge spaceship that God has built for us, that we are on it, and this multi-generational journey, if you like, and the spaceship produces its own astronauts. Okay? And that spaceship every day is in a new place. Not in the same place. It's a new place. And it's not oscillating in the same place. No, it's a brand new place. And so God has seen it fit for us to be in that place right now, which no one has seen before. Okay? So we are in that. We have that status right now. And we understand it. A lot of people don't have that understanding. A lot of people are bored with this life. Okay? But we know that. We know better. And that's why we're hopeful. That's why we're happy. That's why we have actually more faith in God. Okay? Mathematics said we see our faith increases all the time. Okay? That's the beauty of it. And that's why we should be grateful to God for giving us all of this information that we have. What should we do to be successful? And I just said it. Okay? And again, as I said, These are the commandments that God gives us in order. Okay? Every verse in there, worship God alone. Okay? Commemorate God frequently. Think about God. Have God on your mind. Okay? So that's the key. I'm going to stop here and we'll finish this unit. Allah